comes out of his day in court. We're live in Fall River. Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And now I believe we're going to go to the weather, correct? Yes? Weather up next. All right, we're going to get to the weather in just a moment. Instead, a custodian at a middle school in Massachusetts who also worked for the Red Sox arrested for enticing a minor. According to East Bridgewater Police, 58-year-old Peter Tolan of Rockland was arrested after detectives received a message from Tolan through a dummy social media account set up to look like a 15-year-old girl. Tolan allegedly sent sexually explicit messages to the account and agreed to meet the girl for a sexual encounter. When Tolan showed up, he was arrested. Tolan was released on $500 bail, ordered to stay off social media and have no contact with minors and stay away from public schools or applying for a job in a school. The Red Sox suspended Tolan. The school district placed him on leave.
The two Woonsocket EMTs whose licenses were suspended over their handling of an infant's death have had their licenses reinstated. On August 1st, Sean Hoyle and Jared Martin responded to a home where they found a baby in the toilet after its mother gave birth. The EMTs couldn't find a pulse and put the newborn in a biohazard bag. By the time they arrived at the ER, the baby did have a slight pulse, but could not be resuscitated and was pronounced dead. Hoyle had his license reinstated after an investigation by the Department of Health showed no misconduct. Martin was also reinstated, but he's on probation.
All right. I think we're going to check the weather now. Is that correct? I think we're a little out of order here.
Yeah.
On things. All right. Instead, actually, we're going to talk about a story in Cranston where Mayor Hopkins is pushing back against a state proposal that would put 500 mini houses in the city for the homeless.
Let's get to that story now.
Backlash mounting in Cranston after officials say a proposal was brought forward on Friday to build 500 mini houses for the homeless in the city.
We have a strong desire to help homeless people, but at the same time, Cranston has done enough.
Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins says bringing these mini houses called pallet houses would further disrupt the Pastory complex and the city as a whole that is already home to Harrington Hall, the largest men's shelter in the state. Hopkins says many of those in the homeless shelter are registered sex offenders that already causes problems.
And we continue to deal with that. As recently as this past week, we just had an arrest over at the library from a homeless person, level 2 sex offender.
But Governor Dan McKee and other state officials now firing back at the uproar from Cranston officials, saying they're jumping the gun on these preliminary conversations and that Cranston is just one of many places being considered.
No, we're communicating to the municipal leaders about what is possible in their communities. Ideally, we get the support of the communities. I think that most people out there understand the need. They understand that people who have that need to be helped, and we're going to provide that help.
Olivia DeRocha, ABC 6 News.
Well, guess what? It is finally time for the weather. Chelsea, how's that? A couple of intros to get over to you because we're talking about such a great forecast today.
Had me running, Doreen.
How about it, Chelsea? Sorry, we got a little out of order.
This morning. We got a little out of order.
Yeah.
We are all good. It's a beautiful day ahead of us. We are looking at some quiet conditions outside the